We spend most of our lives caught in a specific kind of agony, the constant, endless agony of waiting. We wait for the right moment to have enough money, to find deep love, or to finally feel healed. We tell ourselves that our desired outcome is parked somewhere in the future. We live in the illusion of later, hoping that if we wait long enough, our circumstances will eventually shift on their own. But this passive state is a misunderstanding of how reality forms. By waiting for change to happen someday, we are actually instructing our environment to remain in a state of constant delay. Neville Goddard proposed a jarring alternative. He taught that miracles do not require time, they only require an internal shift. According to his research, the process of reshaping your world can begin in a single night. Think about the one thing you've been longing for. What happens if you stop waiting for it to arrive and instead decide to claim it as a present reality? This leads to the central question of Goddard's work. How does a simple internal assumption bypass the physical laws of time to immediately dictate what happens in your external life? This act of assumption functions as a programmable override, allowing an internal shift to dictate a new set of physical outputs. To understand the override, we have to look at what happens at bedtime. As you drift off, your conscious mind, the part that doubts, calculates, and criticizes, finally rests. While the conscious mind sleeps, the subconscious remains open. It never stops listening, ready to receive new instructions. It cannot distinguish between physical reality and vivid imagination. Whether input comes from the outside world or your thoughts, it is treated as identical data. This creates a unique window just before sleep. It is the one time of day when you can feed the subconscious a new command, without your logical mind blocking the signal. The protocol for this override is simple but strict. Instead of worrying about how your desire will manifest, you must impress the feeling of the fulfilled desire onto your mind as you drift off. You aren't just thinking about the miracle, you are locking the feeling into every cell of your being as if it already happened. This requires a specific linguistic shift. The subconscious only accepts commands in the absolute present tense, anchored by the phrase I am. You move from the language of wanting to the language of possessing. You tell your mind, I am the one who decides that wealth belongs to me now. Once you feel that reality is locked in, you finalize the code. You silently whisper, it is done. Feeding these affirmations into the subconscious changes your internal state, setting a new vibration that the subconscious then treats as a fixed law. Once the subconscious accepts this new assumption as law, the output phase begins. At this point, the outer world is forced to react. Goddard's core principle is that the outer world acts as an echo of the subconscious. When you change your inner assumption, the echo has no choice but to rearrange itself to match the new shape. This rearrangement happens instantly, treating the physical world like a blank canvas that must mirror your internal data without delay. You aren't building a new reality, you are forcing the existing external world to align with your new internal coordinates. This process shifts your identity. You transition from a passive observer who hopes things get better to the person who decides which assumptions your world will follow. The truth is that the universe doesn't answer to begging or longing. It only answers to the frequency of answered prayers. By realizing that your imagination is law, you break free from the illusion of delay. You accept that a single night is enough time to rewrite your story. Stepping into this energy replaces your old anxieties with a quiet, unshakable peace. You no longer worry about the how, because you know the miracle is already in motion. Tonight, as you enter the most powerful moment of your day, do not wait. Take a breath. Let these words soften your mind, and allow yourself to feel the absolute reality of your dream. Claim your miracle now. In the silence of your mind, state, I assume it is done. The moment your subconscious accepts that assumption tonight, the physical world must obey. When you wake up tomorrow, you will be standing in a reality that has already rearranged itself for you.